Welcome back to the Zmonster channel, and yes, it is time for another garden update video. And we just had some pouring rain, and everything looks nice and shiny green out here. It's great. Blue skies. It's probably going to rain again this afternoon with our luck, but we did want to do a garden update video for you since we haven't in a while, especially since I cut the grass, so it looks kind of nice. Still have to weed whack. It's part of that farm living. All right, we've got the asparagus. Yes, asparagus. It gets all this ferniness on there, but there may be some actual asparaguses in there. We just let it grow wild up like this, and then clip it all off at the end of the year. If you don't get the asparagus when it starts, this is what it ends up being. So we didn't eat it, we didn't eat it, we didn't eat it, we didn't eat it, and that's what happens. It grows up and becomes a man. So yeah. Next box here, we've got some leftover, some celeries, some red leaf lettuces that are going up here, and they're going into flowering, so that we can get those. That'll be pretty good. I don't recall what was in there. I know we had strawberries in here before, but they've got moved.
This is a zucchini.
So, oh, let's go over here. We've got a zucchini.
I'm on the net
going
over,
there.
cover entire.
Is this all zucchinis or
Yeah,
just that one?
zucchini.
Okay, so we got zucchinis starting in here for now, and then this is our strawberry fields forever. Yes, yes, yes. We'll get you up underneath here. We have the netting on here for some reason. I think it keeps some critters off, keeps some shade in there. You can see over there you got some flowers budding on some of these. Now these first couple rows we actually got from my brother Pirate, and then the next rows here were ones that we transplanted from our box over to here, and then these last two rows, or row and a half, we actually bought new starter plants. And you can see we got a berry, and there's some berries growing, and there's more flowering going on. But let me go around over on this other side here so you can see in there too. All right, we've got strawberry plants going all through here. It's looking nice, big old bushy plants.
There's a strawberry.
There's a strawberry. Yeah. All right. Okay, what do we have growing in the baskets here?
Moringa.
These are moringa trees starting. If you don't know what a moringa tree is, it has these little seed pods on there that you can grind up and do different things with, which is kind of cool.
Shake.
Yeah, it's I think it's an omega thing or something. And then we've got this row of green sticks. No, we've got these rows of, yep, they're still going. Oh, they're still going. And yes, these are ginormous sunflowers. This one here had some having some technical difficulties. We know they got enough water, and these stalks are huge. I don't know if you can see how big around the stalk is compared to my hand. Don't know what the lighting is like. If I go down lower, this thing is huge around there. It's a beefy little shaft there. So we've got sorry, getting mosquito bites. We got nothing on this one right now. We got flower, 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 and flower, and that one looks nice and pretty. We got some growing in there. These ones aren't as tall as the other ones, but they're still, if I had to guess, this one here, this tall one that's right in there, not that one, but that one in there, which is the tallest, is probably at least 12 feet. That is super tall. That is a monstrous thing. I don't think the camera does it justice on how tall that thing is. This thing is ginormous. Yeah. So we've got these things growing. We let's see, what do we got over here? We got our we got parsley. No, what do we have over here? Yeah.
This is
this parsley and what is this? I can't remember.
Parsley.
Yeah,
parsley.
That's what I thought.
But this is the berry that we bought it from.
Blackberry? Blueberry.
No, goji berry.
Okay. All right, we got a goji berry bush in here, and it's getting little balls on it, so maybe it's going to be flowering up here soon. That'll be pretty nice. I think I see some flower buds opening up on it. So yeah, we'll be hopefully getting some goji berries, right? All right, we got our big old lemongrass pod growing again. We did not remove it from the garden like we should have, so now there's lemongrass for days. And then of course, fig tree number 1. And like I said, if you haven't watched any of the other videos, we actually pulled this fig tree, a part of this tree, from one of our other trees and planted it over here in the garden because the other trees didn't get super big. And for some reason, this one got ginormous. And do we have figs? We do have the little figgies. We do have the figgies growing on here. That's gonna be nice. There's some more growing up there and some more growing up here, and you can see it's gonna block the door. It's pushing into the fence again. So even though this guy is growing really big, we keep cutting it back away from the fence so that it doesn't do this, and it just says I'm gonna go, and it does it. So we are unfortunately gonna have to rip the whole tree out because we can't, or cut it all the way back, possibly dig it out and then move it somewhere else maybe. That's because it is a really nice producing tree compared to the other ones. And I'll show you the other ones out here if I can get out here to show you the other fig trees. Oh, are outside the fence here, and this is the typical type of fig trees growth that we have been getting. So yeah, and these have figs on them too. There is some fig trees, figs on them, bunches. The first couple years, not so many. There's 2 different types of fig trees out here, because that's what they told us when we bought them. They said, yeah, you should get a couple different varieties. So the middle variety is a little bit different than this one and this one. And I think this variety here is the one that we took the piece off of that planted in our garden. So that's why these ones get really big. But we may get back out there and show you the actual figs on them. This is the grapes that we are trying to grow out here. As you can remember from previous videos, we had seeded grapes growing here and here, and they did not produce any leaves, anything this year. We feed them and everything else, so we're thinking it's some kind of critter or some kind of disease that got onto them. So now this over here is our seeded or seedless grapes that we grew, and we have had the same problem for 2 years now, where we get these Japanese beetles that get in here and they eat the leaves, and then when you eat the leaves, it lets the sun get through, so then all of the grapes that are growing in here, which are really nice looking, are not getting or reaching full maturity. But then we also noticed recently that we're getting these black spots on the grapes, so we're researching those, and it's some kind of fungus or something. We got some fungi growing on some of the grapes here, so we're trying to see what we can do to eliminate that, as well as the bugs. And it's just a pain, really. So to keep the bugs down, we've sprayed some stuff, and we are covering the tops with sheets, which also helps to shade the grapes, so hopefully they would be able to mature a little bit better if they get a chance, you know, not get baked by the sun and dried out. So you know, you got to check them all, but they're all kind of looking kind of dinky right now. And you know, we're gonna try for a couple more seasons. So we'll try it this season, see if we can get it a little bit better off. We'll do another season of them next year possibly, and hopefully we'll narrow down what the problems are and fix them good. Hey, farm dog, come on. And then we're gonna go over to the rest of the garden over here. All right, this is fennel. Oh yeah, fennel. This is the chamomile teas. Okay, these, and then we've got onions over here that are falling over. We had a bad windstorm yesterday. Okay, we've got okra over here. We have several okra plants. You can see them all along there, and they are producing some okras because we didn't even realize they were gonna, and they're pumping them out for that. And these are cassia seeds. All these ones here. And these ones are pretty unique because at night the leaves actually close up on them. So they close up like that. at night. It's really kind of cool for the casillas. And over here is where we planted
Cantaloupe.
pickles,
Cantaloupe.
and it turned out to not be pickles. Turned out to be,
Cantaloupe, I think.
we're thinking cantaloupe, but it's some kind of melon. There, and there, and there. So always label your seeds, people, because that's really important. Like I said, more casilla, casilla. Oh yeah.
Basil.
Then we got
Bushy
some basil here,
Bushy basil.
and others ones over here, and they're looking nice and pretty green, and they're flower budding up, which is good and bad. Here is more of the okra, and let's see if we can see. Is there any okra home today?
Yeah, pick.
I see some flower buds in there. There's a nice flower. Looks like a little yellow rose, kind of cute. All right, the wifey's already picked them for today. We'll see if there's some babies. Yeah, so there's some babies growing on the stalks there for that. Over here we've got broccoli that we are researching why we're getting humongously tall broccoli bushes, but the flowering head is not coming up like it did with our cauliflower. So there may be a problem. We'll figure it out, hopefully. All right, in here we've got some peppers. Yeah. That's the yellow peppers as well as these, right? They're both the same peppers?
No, this is the Fresno.
That one looks like, yeah, that one
Fresno
looks different.
Pepper. This is a banana pepper.
Fresno peppers, green, yellow banana peppers. There you go. There you have it. And more broccoli. And like I said, it's not growing any heads. These are more peppers here. These look like jalapenos almost. Are we growing jalapenos and I don't know it?
Fresno pepper.
This is Fresno peppers too? Okay,
Hotter
wow.
than
Yeah, hotter than jalapenos. All right, we'll be making some salsa. All right, like I said, we thought we were gonna be making more pickles. Apparently we're gonna be having a lot of juice. Well, we'll just take them and sell them at the flea market maybe. But the last one, this one actually did come out to be pickles, and these ones are almost a good size to be picking, so we will probably try to harvest some of that. This little bush over here is it was supposed to be a pepper plant, but I think it's tomato, because it looks like a little tomato ball growing on there. So yeah, okay, then we got more cassia here. We've got a mushy mess of something here, so something new there. But all along here, this is where we're growing our cucumbers for pickling. So you got to get out here and you got to get them when they're small enough to be the nice little gherkin size for that. And here's what they start off with as little babies. That'll be a pickle one day. And then when you don't pick them and you miss them, it just grows and grows and grows. So there's one that'll be good in a couple days. This one will be ready to be picked. This one's way past, and yeah, we just leave them in there. The longer you leave them, they turn different colors, so now it's easier to spot. When they're green against the green leaves, it's so much harder to find them and pick them. So you got to come out here with a stick. You got to move leaves around. It's better with the longer stick because we do get snakes that run along the fence lines and stuff. So always protect yourself whenever possible. But we've been out here a while stomping around, so if they're out here, they're gonna die. Gonna pick some more probably either later today or even this evening if they haven't been picked already, because it looks like most of them have been. I see another yellow one in there, which means there's another one that we missed. Oh no, this is the one that grew. This one grew into the wire rack, and it's hard to see, but it's bulging half in and half out of the wire rack. So that was kind of cool. Figured we'll leave that one and check on the rest of them. All right, so we are good there. Okra here. Get more okra in there. There you go, okra. Have an okra party. What's all under these baskets?
New cucumber.
Under here? Okay. So because we made the mistake and put the melons instead of the cucumbers that we thought we were growing, we got starter plants and put them in here. So this row underneath all these baskets being protected from the rain, heavy rain beating down on them, is all supposed to be new peppers, or new pickles, cucumbers. There'll be pickles one day, but cucumbers. At least that's what the wife says. These leaves don't look right to me, but you know, it's the wifey thing. All right, over here we've got potatoes and sweet potatoes, and we like the sweet potato vines. Plus the flowers are flowering up, which are drawing in the cool little bugs that need to be doing their thing out here. So yeah, we have, like I said, all the purple sweet potatoes vines. We just kind of leave. Sometimes I'll weed whack them off, but to let them grow out the fence. The deer actually love these vines. We'll drop corn on the ground over here, and we'll drop some of these vines, and the deer will come running out and grab the vines before they get the dry corn, which I probably would too. But hopefully we're going to get some potatoes, some nice purple sweet potatoes out of this as well. But that's what's growing under here, and then these ones were all starter ones. So you can see underneath the baskets, there's more starter ones under here. And anytime we starter them up, we try to protect them. Now we can still water them and everything underneath the baskets, but the wind and some of the other rodents, you know, rabbits and stuff, can't get to them through the basket when they're babies and chew them up. So they got to be able to get to be mature. Now you're looking in here and you're saying, boy, that's a whole bunch of laundry baskets. You know, you must get a good deal on them. Well, yes, we do. If you ever watch our other channel, is Storage Chasers, we actually are storage unit buyers, not just YouTubers, but we're storage unit buyers and resellers, and we find laundry baskets in just about every storage unit that we purchase. And anytime we find one that has broken handles on it and stuff, so we can't resell it, it becomes a garden cover. So we probably have 60 or 70 of these things out here, and it's just, they're free you know, grow cages, I guess, or protection cages. So it's all good. We also do get some crates sometimes, but most of the time it's just this. We got some more flowers growing here. Flowers. And this big old cage thingy over here is tomatoes. Yes, this is cherry tomatoes that are supposed to be a different variety than we have ever tried to grow out here. So now we've got it all caged up and wired up and strung up, because these things are growing super tall, and it's got to be, they're tall vining thingies. So we may have to put in even some more caging stuff for it to grow up on here. But it is, I thought I just passed some flowers over here. Okay, there is some flowering going on here, but I did see a tomato in here. So there's a tomato. There's some tomatoes right there. Here we go. Don't break it, don't break it. Come on out of there. Come on, baby, come on. Anyway, first tomatoes right there. The main thing you need to remember with tomatoes is you need to look for the big green horned worms. They love this stuff. The smell draws them in or something. I don't know, they love it. Sometimes you can see them real easy, sometimes you can't. The main way that you can tell if you have them is there will be an area on your tomato plants that the leaves are starting to get eaten away, just the leaves on the ends, and then you know that you have a ringhorn worm somewhere in that area, and you can go and you can just pick them off and step them on the ground. They pop with this green. It's really cool. Cool. So we got to constantly come out here and check that, especially with these, since it's a newer variety than we've ever tried to grow. But these are going to be really cool. Blood red. Yeah, blood red cherry tomatoes, what they're supposed to be. Oh, I see some more babies in there. There's some babies right in there, hiding in there. So yeah, this is going to be a good, cool, unique one here. And yeah, okra again. Now for all the broccoli, she's already started to remove it, because it is not growing like it's supposed to, or it's not growing the head of the actual broccoli. It's growing the leaves. Now we watch some YouTube videos, thanks to all the YouTube people that do this, and the leaves can be eaten. You can cook them up and stuff. You can kind of do the same thing like you do with chard, and most people are cooking it up with some kind of a pork product, because, you know, as everybody knows, you cook anything with bacon, it tastes better. So that's what they're doing with these. They're doing chards and these leaves, and cooking them up with some pork. You got to really get that main stem out of there, and it is, you know, really, really good stuff. So we're gonna just pull these out because it's not growing any broccoli, and we will possibly try it again in the future, but we need to find out what the problem was, whether it's something we did in the soil or too much water, not enough water, something. There's something that happened somewhere that we need to figure it out. And as gardeners, that's what you do. You try something. If you don't succeed, you learn, you move ahead, you move forward. So that's where we're at with this garden stuff right here. Yeah. All right, we got all that stuff. We got onions going over here. We pulled all of our garlic out. We gave some away to some members of the church, and yeah, so they're happy with that. Let me go out here to these other fig bushes here, because we're getting good production this year, so that's a good thing. I got to be careful out here because, as you can see, the ground looks just like copperheads and rattlesnake stuff. So and it'll look just like a stick. But if we get over here closer, you can see we got figs. We got figs. This tree here is loaded with them. They are, I mean, these are probably going to weigh it down. Let me get up in there, get a different angle. This is probably going to be so heavy that it's going to be leaning the branches down, which will be awesome. That'll be awesome. This one doesn't produce as much. I don't, and it gets first sun in the day, in the morning and stuff. But even this year, we're getting some good production of figs on there. And then the last one, the same thing. We're getting good production on that one as well. We did this past year cut back. We cut back the tree line. Everything was encroaching onto the garden here, so we actually knocked this back about 12 to 15 feet here. And we're probably going to do a little bit more trimming. I started knocking down some other trees here, and I cut it down, and it's continuing to grow. So I didn't cut it down far enough, but I got to cut it up smaller and throw it into the woods so it can go back to its home. But as you can see along here, we cut all this back, and we got all the big sticks out of the way and threw them into the woods. So hopefully the grass is going to continue to grow out that way, choke out everything else. As long as you keep mowing it, it'll grow grass as it is here. So yeah, that's what we've got. This is our little slice of heaven that God has given us, and that we've got to take the best care of as we can. So we're adding to it with different projects. Deck project, check out that video, the final. And yeah, we've got a little weed whacking to go. This big old bush of stuff here is actually our burn pile. This is where we put all of the scraps and trimmings from all of the plants in the garden. When a plant dies back or at the end of the year, we throw it all in here, especially if it's seeding, instead of putting it in our compost pile where it'll seed up there, and then we end up putting it right back in the garden where we don't want it. We put it all in here so that it'll get burned up eventually, but it keeps raining here so much when we want to, it doesn't stay dry enough to where we can burn it up. And unfortunately what happens is it gets resprouting over here. So we've got all these different Asian types of things here. We got the perilla leaves that are growing wild over here. Not quite sure what these are. Don't know if deer like them or not, but I have to cut them down because it's blocking my view of where the deer normally come out and play, and where we throw corn at so that they can come out and play. So that's got to get knocked down, and then it'll dry out, and then we will burn it. Yay! And yeah, so that's part of our fun stuff that we got to do. Yeah, that may be our other channel. But like I said, we got to finish up the garden stuff that we're doing here. With the wife is doing the broccolis, taking the good leaves off so she can make a project. And apparently we got a frog that's happy over here. And yeah, we got to figure out why we have melons when we're supposed to have pickles. That was a good one too. So remember, again, label your your seed packs. Yeah, but our garden looks beautiful today, and everything's green and growing nice. Thank you, Lord, for what you bless us with. It is awesome, awesome, awesome. It's going to be super hot today, though. But yeah, hopefully you like the videos, the update videos especially. We are going to be doing possibly some more canning videos. We did pick our first bunch of cucumbers and made 6 quart jars of pickles for this season so far. Gave one of them away, as we normally do. The first batch of what we grow and produce or can, we give one away to our pastors or somebody from church. You know, it's a nice blessing for them as well as us. And yeah, but we're going to be growing. We're going to be canning a lot more items. We have been doing a lot of vegetable stuff where we freeze it, but now our two freezers plus the freezer that's on the bottom of our fridge are packed full of a lot of the different veggies we had from last year and this year. So we're going to have to start canning more of that stuff because we need to make some space for some possible deer meat this year. Just since we didn't get any last year, we're getting down near the end of our deer meat. So yeah, gonna have to get some more of that and make room. So like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, especially comment, so that we know what you like, what you don't like, especially if you know something about broccoli and why it doesn't like us. Then, and the grapes, the seedless grapes, what else we can do for that. We're going to try a Chinese beetle trap bag thing for next season as well. And if that doesn't work, we're yanking out the grapes and we're giving up on grapes. That's all there is to it. And we'll just grow corn over there that we can feed to the deer. But yeah, hopefully, like I said, hopefully you like the video. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, and as always, we will talk to you later.